Hello everyone. Today we are going to read our next prose, Journey to the End of the Earth by Tishani Doshi. Now this prose will be talking about the journey of the earth, means from the past to the present and to future. What are the changes that the earth has received from the past? What are the changes that it is receiving right now? And what will be the future of earth? And you can understand we will be talking about climate change, global warming, who are responsible for these activities, okay, and what are the results that are about to come. So this will be the topic for today's discussion. And I will come to the part of this title, whether it is appropriate or not, the significance and everything at the end of this discussion. Clear? So let us go into the plot. Now the writer is talking about, if you know about the past and the history and everything about this earth, you have to visit Antarctica. Antarctica can give you all the details of the past or the history of our planet. Right? Now the prose actually begins with the details of a journey. The entire prose is about a journey of the writer towards Antarctica, what kind of experience she is getting. So it is not only the journey of the writer, she is going to Antarctica, her journey, as well as the journey of the earth. Means she is receiving the data from Antarctica through her journey, about the journey of the earth from the history, from the past till now. Clear? So two journeys. Journey of the author towards Antarctica, and when she is having this journey, she is also observing the journey of the earth. What are the changes, what are the things that is about to come or already arrived to our planet because of some reasons. What are the reasons, what are the things that we will discuss. And who can give you all the details about earth? It is the place Antarctica. How? Let's see. Now she is going to Antarctica, her journey, and how she is going? She is going through this Russian research vessel, a ship, and the name of the ship is Academic Shokolsky. Academic Shokolsky, name of the ship. And she is here giving us the details about the journey, that my journey began from 13.09 degrees north of the equator in Madras and involved crossing 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints and 3 bodies of water and at least as many ecospheres. So these are the details. And then she is saying that the entire journey towards Antarctica, it is more or less taking 100 hours in combination. Okay, and when she is going, she is using different kinds of vehicles, car, an aeroplane, a ship. So my first emotion on facing Antarctica's expansive white landscape and uninterrupted blue horizon was relief. So in this way, she is describing in these first 2 paragraphs her journey, that how she is reaching Antarctica. Different time zones, ecosphere, different kinds of vehicles she is using. Okay, and lastly she is going with this vessel, with this ship, Academic Shokolsky. Clear? So this is the first 2 paragraphs. Now you will see there is a subtitle for the second part of the story. Part of the history. I have also written here. Part of the history. Now what is the summary of this part? The writer is talking about that 650 million years ago, the earth was having one land. We all know this. We all have read this in our geography. That the earth was only one land and its name was Gondwana. And now the writer is saying that, I'm reading a line from the text, a giant amalgamated southern supercontinent, Gondwana, did indeed exist, centered roughly around the present day Antarctica. So Gondwana was having its existence within Antarctica. Now Antarctica is separated from us. From the entire planet, it is separated. And we know its location. Right? So how it is separated, the author is saying here, after the dinosaurs, when the dinosaurs got its extinction, when they ultimately they are wiped out from our planet, after that this planet started the separation process. Right? So it's ultimately separating. and you will see in the text. Please go through the details. Okay, I cannot give all the details in the summary. Now the writer is saying that when you will see the separation process, you will be shocked that India is pushing northwards, jamming against Asia. Okay, so there are the details. How the formation is being created automatically, that is described in the third para of this prose, page number 19. Right. Now this is the separate lands and formation. So ultimately the process started and the separation part is done. Now the writer is talking about means a description of Antarctica, what kind of silence atmosphere it is having, and sometimes the silence is not there because of some natural things like snowstorm or calving ice sheet, means breaking of ice. So these are the sounds that is interrupting the silence, the silent atmosphere of this particular place. Right? So this is the part of the history, this part. So what we got to know in this part? 650 million years ago, the condition of the earth, one land, Gondwana, the separation after dinosaurs, and the process of separation, the separation process, and how the nations and all these lands are ultimately getting separated, and the different names and everything. And then a brief description about the silent atmosphere of Antarctica. Clear? So the journey, then the part of history. Next, it's page 20. Okay, page number 20. Human impact. Now what she is saying here, that human population, I am reading the first line, human civilizations have been around for a paltry of 12,000 years, barely a few seconds on the geological clock. In that short amount of time, we have managed to create quick a ruckus, eaching our dominance over nature with our villages, towns, cities, megacities. The rapid increase of human populations has left us battling with our species for limited resources. Means what she is saying, that it is the human being that ultimately is creating the huge amount of population, and then the pollution process. We all know this, that what we have done to this earth, and we are realizing it right now because the world is combating with the coronavirus. So what we have done to the nature is giving us. So I am not going to discuss with this coronavirus point of view, because we are all quite aware that what we have done to the earth. So the writer is here also saying the same thing, that we are responsible for this climate change, the global warming, right? So you can see that the pollution level, everything, it ultimately, whatever the pollution level was there in our earth, it is now completely in a good atmosphere. Now everything is under control because of this lockdown and everything. So coronavirus, as we all say, that it is a reset bottom for our earth, and which is also created by the nature, maybe. So now so the same thing the writer is talking about, that human beings, they are responsible for this climate change. Now she is talking about that very important, she is saying here that I have written here also the point, pristine place, and Antarctica can give us the history of this earth. Now what she is saying, that Antarctica is a very pristine place. Pristine means a very peaceful, sacred place, because there are no human beings, and human beings are the most poisonous creature of this earth, according to her. So as because there are no human beings, no human population, that is why Antarctica is a sacred place. It's a pristine place, pure, the atmosphere, everything pure. Now she is saying that if you want to know about the history of this earth, then you have to visit Antarctica. There is a line in page 20, the last line, if you want to study and examine the earth's past, present and future, Antarctica is the place to go. So question can come that how Antarctica can give you the details about past, present and future. So you have to discuss these points, right? Then page 21, there are actually 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is about celebrity versus students. I have given the point. Why? Because if the celebrities are promoting the issues, they are just promoting and they are not taking care of this. But according to the writer, if the students are getting all the details and they are getting this kind of education from their earlier, means from their elementary classes, so that they will understand what is the importance of this planet, how we should maintain this planet and the atmosphere. So it will be from their very beginning, so they will be having a kind of attachment towards earth. So students will take the huge amount of responsibility. They can take the responsibility, they can protect our earth. So students will be the first and foremost choice to control and everything, to maintain a kind of proper atmosphere, because they will be having the ideas. So students are better than the celebrities if you are giving them the knowledge from their elementary level, right? After that, the second para, practical knowledge, means like I am saying you and you are listening, you are watching this video. So this is not at all practical. If you can visit Antarctica and you can see the condition, that what kind of changes it is getting because of the global warming, you will understand the seriousness. So you need to visit Antarctica. Now, because of this coronavirus, we can all see what is the practical condition of the earth. If we about to know, or if we are reading only about the coronavirus in the books, so we will read and we will forget. But as because we can see it practically, that what is happening in the world, so we are having the enough knowledge how to control it, and we are very serious regarding this virus and everything. So if you are having that much of seriousness after visiting Antarctica, then only you will be serious enough regarding our world. So you need to visit Antarctica practically. Otherwise, you will see, you will watch, you will observe, you will forget. Right? So practical knowledge is very important. After that, I have written food chain, the third para of page 21. Now what the writer is saying, there are the details. I am just saying in 2-3 lines that food chain is very important. We need to maintain the food chain. If the small things are not in their places, the big things will not be there in their places also. Now there is a line, the last line of this para, actually it is in page 22. The paragraph ends here, okay, and there is the line you can see here before the point, walk on the ocean, and what she is saying, take care of the small things and the big things will fall into place. If you are taking care of the small things, automatically the big things will be there. But if you are not taking care of the small things, like using of plastics, we are saying and we are promoting that no plastic uses, then also we are using. So see the condition, the pollution level. So if every person is taking care of the small things, the big things will be there in their places. Otherwise, everything will collapse. Everything. So everyone should take the responsibility regarding the small things. You no need to think about the big ones. Just do your duty and take care of the small things. Automatically, the big things will be there in their proper places. Right? So she is saying about this regarding food chain. If the food chain breaks, automatically the human being will not get the food. You can see, I can give you a practical example about the locust invention that is going through in your India. Before some weeks, you have also seen the news, the locust, how it is coming and destroying the crops. So if we are taking proper care of these changes, automatically there will be no collapse. Everything will be in their proper places. But if the foods are not there, so who will be the sufferer? Definitely we. Right? So here ends the human impact part. Here ends it. Okay. And then the last para, the last two paragraphs and the last page, page 22. You will see the point, walk on the ocean. Return towards north. Now, because of some atmospheric problems, because of some reasons, now the writer is saying here the Sokolsky had managed to wedge herself into a thick white stretch of ice between the peninsula and Turtle Island, which was preventing us from going any further. The captain decided we were going to turn around and head back north. Now they are heading back towards north. That is why I have written here, return towards north. Now when they are returning, before that they all are coming out from this vessel and they are all walking on the ocean because it is fully ice. So they can walk. And when they are walking, the 52 members, remember this number, 52 members. Okay, very important for short question. How many members? 52. 52 members, they are walking and they can observe there is a line you can see here. Underneath our feet was a meter thick ice pack, and underneath that 180 meters of living, breathing salt water. So they can clearly see 180 meters. So that much clarity was there under the water. They are actually walking on the ice, but they can observe, they can see. So this is the atmosphere. You go through the details. There are also other details in this para. So here ends this first para of this point, walk on the ocean. Now the last para, very important. Now the last para, the writer is asking some questions. I have written here some doubtful questions by the author. What are the questions? The first question she is saying, I was still wondering about the beauty and balance in play on our planet. How would it be if Antarctica were to become the warm place and that it once used to be? Will we be around to see it, or would we have gone the way of the dinosaurs and mammoths and woolly rhinos? Who's to say? What she is saying, that are we waiting for the same kind of end like the dinosaurs was having? The dinosaurs were having the same kind of end. So we are also waiting for this kind of extinction, that we will be also wiped out from the earth. And suddenly someday it is completely going to collapse. For that we are waiting. What is our duty? What we are waiting for? Who's going to say this? Wake up. Now she is saying here that she is also a bit optimist here. The bit of optimism is there, that she is saying that, but after spending 2 weeks with a bunch of teenagers who still have the idealism to save the world, all I can say is that a lot can happen in a million years, but what a difference a day makes. So optimism is there. We can change the earth, we can save our planet, but it all depends on us. We have to take the responsibility. Now, so there ends the story. So if we summarize in a very short note, the journey, how she is going, 100 hours, the vehicles, different kinds of vehicles she is going, the different kinds of time zones, the academic Sokolsky, the ship. So she is ultimately reaching, and then she is discussing about the part of the history, the Gondwana land, and how it is separating the dinosaurs. Okay, the separation, the formation of the different lands. Then human impact, who are responsible about the climate change. Then celebrity versus student, practical knowledge, food chain. After that, they are working on the ice and what they are observing, and lastly some questions to the readers. Clear? Now let's come to the part of journey to the end of this earth, the title. Now what she is saying here, if we analyze the title, she is going to Antarctica, right? If we see the location of this particular place, it is having its location at the end of this earth, at the end point of earth. We know the location. Okay, so she is going to the end point, literally journey to the end of the earth, means I am going to the end part of this earth. And what is the end part? Antarctica, first. Second is, she is going to a journey to observe, to know that when the earth is gonna end its journey. When the earth is gonna end its journey. Clear? First one is, she is going, the journey is towards Antarctica and the location is end point of the earth. Clear? Now she is talking about, if we see in a different point of view, she is also observing the journey of the earth and its journey. And when the journey is gonna end. That is the doubtful question. That are we waiting for the end of this earth? Are we waiting for the end of this earth? We are going to Antarctica. It is our journey. And are we waiting for the end of this earth? And also she is saying, if you want to know something about this earth, about your planet, only one place can give you all the details. And that is Antarctica. Clear? So climate change, human pollution, human population, everything. Very important text regarding our earth and planet. Clear? So go through the text, read all the details. Right? Thank you.